I recently had a opportunity to challenge myself. I mean, it wasn't like intentional. It was kind of like, it's how things work, man. Whenever you get a lesson, it's never when you expect to get one. That's like you go to school, become a professor and bullshit, and then you go out in the streets for a week and you have these new revelations, man. Because that's just the way it works, man. Uh, Empirical is better than book. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like people, they done desensitized us to trust our gut. Back when I used to, live a more crazier lifestyle, I really depended on that gut to keep me from going to jail or being killed, basically. So I took it real serious. So I had different kind of training, man. It's this way you can look at it, man. You go through things to learn from them, even whether they're bad or good. But anyway, the ability to hold your peace, you know what I'm saying? Which comes from holding your tongue, restraining the tongue. The tongue is set on fire of hell and death, man. And lately, I've been learning just to shut up and just listen to people and be like, and not even give them a response. And a year or two ago, I was constantly blah, 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 hammering people with information relevant to whatever they're talking about. I mean, I ain't trying to just railroad their... I'm trying to add to or reiterate the points that they're making, but for some reason... Alright, let me back up and shift around here. It's like, alright, there's something in... there's something I became privy to. It's called the 5 flags. And the last, it's an anagram, I think is what it's called, where each letter stands for words. So fear, lust, anger, greed, sympathy. Sympathy is right here. This is what pertains to this conversation. See, a sympathetic person, it's not what you think is the way that it makes them weak. And what it is they're normally sympathetic people are people of high moral character. And they almost pride themselves on their word. You know what I'm saying? There's their weakness, man, because when you slander someone, they're so compelled to uphold their image or their good name that they will go through great lengths trying to do damage control, trying to get public relations good. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, especially when you just hit someone with dirty tricks, like dropping a sex tape on them or something. Like, they do it to politicians all the time. So, I mean, it's like the damage is freaking done, whether it's just rumor or not. That's why, look, once again, how great is it just to hold thy peace, man? So, with this sympathy thing, it can get to the point where you can condition someone to where their sympathy meter is broke, to where every single thing you say, they take it as a challenge. Like you're challenging their good name, their character, their thoughts, or their words, or whatever. Or you're not. You're only adding to and agreeing with them, but they still take it as a challenge. This comes from this sympathy factor. That if someone feels so attacked, they perceive everything as a challenge, a threat, and especially when these are outsiders, really, they're not even going to receive any of this fire. It's basically what it is it's in your camp. Now everyone's stashing their kitchen knives, under their pillow, basically, and it's all just through clever dropping of words or slanders or cheap shots, really. You know what I'm saying? So I see this. I see, like, a lot of people have this problem. I had this problem not too long ago, too, as well. I suffered from it, and I didn't have the ability to hold my peace. I always had a blabby blab, and it didn't solve anything. It just intensified the arguments that are over nothing, literally over nothing. It's like, see, people can get hardwired, like I realize this. Some people live because they love others, but some people can get wired in such a way where their misery is actually what keeps them alive. And that is God's mercy. Even the worst people, He gives them the most time to repent and come to the knowledge of the truth. But they have such a hard way to go, and this is one of the reasons why. I had an opportunity to chill with this older gentleman, and we hung for a good chunk of time, and I realized when it's like before I even came to the real realization, I was like, man, every time I'd say anything, dude really he went in one ear out the other, act almost as if he didn't even hear it. So I started to stop speaking and just yep. And all that time I had in my brain to analyze what was going on around me and really take it in and absorb it. It's like I didn't realize how old the dude was until he told me. He's like, no, I'm 62. And it's like I had this realization. It's like, that's why I can't tell you anything, because you know it all already. And in a way, he has lived double the time frame of my life. So, I mean, there's validity to he understands what's going on. He knows how to make it carnally in the flesh, in the world. How he knows how to get by. And I can't take that from him. But that by him being able to hold that down, it dampened the spiritual awareness in a way. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, look, I got mad information about all kinds of stuff, and what a shame is it when you can't even talk to someone because it's not going to be heard, it's not going to be well received. Then you'll be judged from their perspective and their understanding, and if it's totally carnal, you're going to look like a fool. Things of God are foolishness to the people of this world. You know what I'm saying? Because who would tell the truth and lose their job that is carnally minded? No one. You know what I'm saying? But once again, they use that sympathy against you. You're afraid that they're going to slander you if you believe in aliens. You know, for instance, you believe in ghosts. Oh, you must be schizophrenic. I mean, it's retarded like that, but there's your indoctrination. It's like indoctrination in a way it's a self-imposed policing that people, whenever someone goes out the comfort zone, they gotta somehow pull it back down. And it's like they gotta retreat back to their safe zone. But I remember the karate guy, man. He kept saying to me, I'd go to speak and he'd go, try not to speak. And like I said, what a great lesson is that. That's really what it means, is holding your peace. You know what I'm saying? Even when people are dissing you and dissing your life and saying basically everything you've done is foolishness, you wasted your life, just assuming everything, it's like not seeing things for what they are. It reminds me of this movie Circle of Iren, where this dude put through all these tests. It basically sounds like the Assassin's Guild, their initiation process, where they set up all the street theater in these tests and they see what you'll do. Are you worthy of the hidden knowledge that that's all a sham anyway? That's basically the way the movie ends. But in that process of testing yourself, you do discover what you are, who you are, what you're going, what your pursuit is. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot of discipline to just not say anything. It's like even the Bible says, it's like, look, the angels wouldn't even bring out a railing accusation against Satan. They just said, the God rebukes you. You know what I'm saying? That's all they had to say. There's nothing more needed to be said. Same thing. When Jesus was out in the streets, free, he was talking all the time. It was almost like he was up people's brains reading their thoughts before they would even say what they were going to say. And he was already addressing it. But when you see him getting crucified, he clammed up. He only responded with whatever they gave him. Whatever they accused, he only flipped it back on them with the equal measure of what they used to accuse. You know what I'm saying? So there is a time for that. You know what I'm saying? Not everything has to be a big knockdown, drag out, philosophical debate. Man, how much do I hate debating now? I used to like it, But now I just see it just causes more contention and strifes, and it's the pride factor as well, man. That sympathy, like I said, they pride themselves on obtaining, or it's an image, man. It's just a mask. It's not even genuine, because it's like, you're only like that when someone's watching. You know what I'm saying? So you're putting on a show. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm guilty of these things too. It's like another kung fu philosophy. It says, resist the urge to overwhelm your opponent with everything you know, because all you're doing is arming them and showing them and preparing them on how to fight you. You know what I'm saying? In a way. So, but if you intentionally, it's like going left, 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 and all of a sudden you go right, motherfuckers wouldn't expect it, because you done, you condition them to think that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And that's another way the thing works. It's like, look, nowhere does it say, do I have to fucking reveal to you everything that I'm thinking or doing? Why do you want to know? Why do you want to pry your way in? You know what I'm saying? Which is like, that's defensive posturing. That's war type posturing. So it's like, and then once again, to be, it's like you're engaged. You engage by disengaging, and then it's like, how much more does silence say than words? Words are just hot air. Most of the time, most words are hot air, but yet silence is. It can't be faked. You know what I'm saying? You have to shut up. You have to let the other person speak. You don't have to put them on blast. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the opportunity presents itself. I mean, that's like, waiting for someone to turn their back so you can stab them in it. You're just waiting for your opportunity. You're lying in wait with soldiers. Which, that's really what it says. Thou shalt not kill. It says, thou shalt not lie and wait. Lie and wait. And that's exactly what the art of war is. Lying in wait for people. Clever, witty. It's like you don't want to go all brawn, but you can't go all brain, because a brain can only think and plan, but you need brawn to carry out the plans. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to have an equilibrium here. You can't be just geared one way. You got to be able to adapt to the situation. It's like balance isn't a place you stay. It's a place to return to. You know what I'm saying? If you start to feel like you're going to fall, go to your balance. You know what I'm saying? But look, at balance, you can never achieve your heights. You know what I'm saying? The heights you're really capable of. So it's like, and once again, you don't always got to take the high road. Sometimes you can take the low, humble approach. And, it's like God resists the proud. He revealed himself to the humble. So, I mean, you can't fake humbleness neither. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You can feign it, but you can't fake it, man. It won't. If you're feigning, it ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? The mask will fall off. You will go to sleep. You will get lax, and you will slip up. And if a person's busy talking to you and arguing with you, they probably won't recognize it. But if they just shut up and peep game, you know what I'm saying? The things will reveal themselves. You know what I'm saying? Just like that movie, Circle of Iren. If the dude wasn't so busy asking the dude what he's doing all the time, and he would have shut up and watched, he would have seen what was going to go down. If he would have just waited 30 seconds before he had to ask a question, he would have saw why the dude did what he did. And I mean, that's just kind of like life. That's a powerful life lesson as well. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, to keep your peace, to hold your tongue, is it requires discipline. You actually have to have the want, because if you don't have the want, you will blab on, you will get offended, you will wax worse and worse, and the fire of hell and death that's in the tongue will consume you and the people around you. You know what I'm saying? So keep that thing on a short leash.